From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Robin Chan with today's voice briefing. It's Tuesday, July 25th, 2023.
I'm Susan Tompor, and I'm a columnist at the Detroit Free Press. The Internal Revenue Service made a dramatic policy change on July 24, which could lead to a fun riddle of sorts. So here goes. Knock, knock, who's there? Most likely, it is not the IRS at your door. The IRS has stopped unexpected visits at homes and businesses as part of a delinquency collection process. The goal is to crack down on scams and protect IRS employees and consumers. Each year, the IRS said, tens of thousands of such surprise IRS visits took place. Now, the IRS is going to reach out to schedule appointments and use analytics to track down tax cheats and those who have neglected paying what they owe. Make no mistake, the IRS criminal investigation operation will continue to have unannounced visits. Such unexpected IRS visits will continue in cases where assets are seized and those involving a subpoena or summons. IRS employees favor the new change, noting that inflammatory political commentary is making unexpected visits even more dangerous. Scammers who impersonate the IRS could have less success too if they're trying to go door to door. And then, if everyone knows the IRS really isn't knocking on the door anymore, maybe people won't open the door to scammers as well.
I'm Frank Witzel with the Detroit Free Press. Last week, Michigan had giant ice balls. This week, expect some heat. Not excessive heat, but gradually increasing highs from the mid to upper 80s on Monday to the low to mid 90s by Thursday and Friday. It's hotter than normal. Usually, it's in the mid 80s here in late July. With humidity, it could feel like it's almost 100 degrees. Monday afternoon, there may be some scattered showers. Tuesday, it gets hotter with highs in the upper 80s, but no rain is expected. Wednesday, the temperatures start to approach the 90s, and there may be more showers. The high pressure area stuck over the southwest that's causing the dangerously high temperatures is expanding. California and Arizona, for instance, have faced weeks-long heat waves that have reached 110 degrees and more. Metro Detroit is expected to be on the edge of it, but not in it.
I'm Andrew Burkle with the Free Press Sports Department, and if you listen carefully, you can hear the collective sigh of relief from Detroit Lions fans around the state. Early this morning, reports started to surface that big-time free agent signing C.J. Gardner-Johnson was carted off the field at training camp with what looked like a very serious knee injury. Those who follow the NFL know that's usually a surefire sign of a torn ACL. Things were looking dire, but all of a sudden, as quickly as the injury happened, it was reported by our Dave Burkett that there was some optimism the injury might not be as serious as originally feared, which, sure enough, was confirmed later on by further scans. Gardner-Johnson is a really good player who excels using his versatility. He can play both safety or cornerback and had a league-leading 6 interceptions in just 12 games for the Eagles last year. Then he signed a short-term deal with the Lions to prove his value. But immediately after the injury, it became clear that between his vocal skills and elite energy, Gardner-Johnson has already made his presence felt despite not playing a game yet for the franchise. Over the years, Gardner-Johnson has earned a reputation as a bit of a smack talker, causing multiple players to get ejected with what has kindly been described as an exchange of words. Sure, if you say so. Gardner-Johnson is the definition of someone who you love if they're on your team and hate when they're not. After the scare on Monday, the Lions will certainly be feeling extra lucky to have Gardner-Johnson suiting up in Honolulu blue.
Find more from the Detroit Free Press by visiting freep.com. That's FREEP.com. Thanks for listening, and you'll hear more from us tomorrow.